Hello and welcome to the channel. It is Rains here today, and today we've got a different type of video for you guys. So in today's video we're going to be discussing what the Omnicells are that got launched in patch 1.7.0, and we're going to be looking at each Omnicell and their abilities as well as some actual combat in which they are used. So I had a few friends ask me to do a video on this, and here it is, and I'm going to give you my opinion on them. And I hope you find this video helpful. If you found it helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribe. And so yeah, we're going to move on to the next Omnicell. So the first Omnicell we'll be looking at today is the Discipline Cell. So I'm just going to read to you all what Dauntless has posted on the Discipline Cell. The passive ability is that there's a critical strike chance and damage increase by 10%. Your healing is reduced by 50%, and reaching max stacks of your flaming fist from doing your parries with the lantern tap ability increases your critical strike chance by 50% for 40 seconds, while also increasing damage received by 100%. So when discipline ends, these stacks clear. The active ability is to perform a quick parrying punch, and this can be used to parry attacks. And when you parry, you deal about 300% extra 300% damage, and this grants a stack of flaming fist. There's also 300 blaze damage that's dealt, and this gives you about plus 6% critical strike damage, and this can stack 4 times for 15 seconds being the cooldown. On your right hand side you will see some gameplay of how the Discipline Cell works in game in the trial scene. We'll now be looking at the Bastion Omnicell. So the passive ability is that it increases all shields received by 15%. Dealing damage has a chance based on damage dealt to grant a stacking, refreshing 25 shield that lasts for 25 seconds with a maximum of 500 shields. The active ability is a leap forward Togadoro light smash that slams the ground and consumes all your shields in a blast of energy that deals damage to nearby targets and is equal to 150% the amount of shields consumed with a 30-second cooldown. So it's kind of like a Togadoro smash, and you can see there on your right. I have some footage there. We can just see how I used the Togadoro type smash ability in the Shroud trials, and it's a pretty fun ability, nice to use in certain instances, and it's pretty cool when it has some nice meta builds or builds in the future that can be meta depending on certain scenarios. And lastly, the last Omnicell being Iceborne. For the passive ability, you have an increased max health by 100. You gain 1% lifesteal and 5% reduced damage, and then again for every 150 missing health, that is. So taking damage reduces your cooldown on this ability by 5 seconds, only once every 5 seconds. For the active ability, you throw an Ice Lance that does 150 frost damage, double damage if thrown at full health, and also prevents you from being staggered and grants 10% lifesteal for 8 seconds with a 60-second cooldown. So for the Iceborne Omnicell, it's pretty fun. You can even use the Lance to interrupt behemoths, as well as do double damage when your health is full. So usually you could just throw your Lance at the beginning of the fight so that your health is at its maximum, and then you get your maximum DPS out of that. Then again, what is my opinion on Omnicells? Omnicells, is it good, is it bad? Only time will tell, but personally I enjoy them as much as I miss the old meta having discipline, rage, overpower, Zerk, our normal setup. I am kind of open-minded about Omnicells and how this brings about different dimension to the game. Times may change in trials, it may not be your fastest times that normally happens, but if you are truly a skilled slayer and you are a regular in trials, you should be able to adapt to any scenario. But just like how Dauntless did not have discipline before trials and all of these things, and we had to learn about new metas, new skills, new ways of playing the game. Similarly, we're gonna have to learn new ways of playing with the new Omnicell mode. So yeah, I think Omnicells is a good addition, and it's something different. So yeah, that's me giving my opinion. I could be wrong. People are entitled to their own opinions, but the game is for fun and we enjoy change as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't feel shy to leave a comment. Tell us what do you want us to do next in our next video. Until we meet again, thank you and see you next time.